Scope issues and introduction. Students will be able to understand the role that scope guidance plays in professional research. Scope guidance can be read at the beginning or the end of your research in a topic, but in either case it should always be consulted. Section 15, Scope Guidance, indicates which transactions, items, or entities are subject to the guidance within a topic. The Scope section may list transactions or entities that are not within the scope. The Scope section may contain tests to determine what transactions should be accounted for under a certain topic. When scope tests are present, especially for topics listed under broad transactions, be aware that the test may be very complex. Before testing, read the topic's overview or other related interpretive guidance. Make sure that using this topic makes sense. For additional information on the scope test, use Section 55, Implementation and Guidance, and/or non-authoritative sources. If the transaction is outside the scope of a particular topic, look for references within the scope section to other topics that might apply. Brainstorm alternative accounting treatments. This chapter introduces a sample of the judgments involved in applying scope guidance. By having exposure to several topics from the codification and seeing firsthand some of the judgments inherent in applying this guidance, you'll become a more informed researcher. Of course, this does take the time to dig into this material and follow through the examples to see how the scope guidance affects the transactions. Industry topics. Industry guidance in the codification should generally be applied in addition to other general codification guidance, unless otherwise stated. Like other topics, industry topics include scope guidance, and here's an example that you can read through. And notice this says specific criteria to use, subject to extensive regulation. Now work with the chapter examples and do work in detail. Focus on non-monetary transactions, income taxes, and leases.